Welcome back to Paris and the Game Inside the Games, presented by Microsoft Copilot. I'm Olympic gold medalist Nastia Liukin.
And I am sport and performance psychologist, Dr. Michael Gervais. And together we're bringing you an inside look at the games like never before.
Today we're sitting down with two rowing legends and brothers, Martin and Valent Sinkovic, who won their third gold medal here in Paris, defeating Great Britain with an incredible surge late in the race.
Rowing is a sport that brings the mind into play like no other. The physical demands, the relationship with pain, down 2.5 seconds to the Great Britain team with little left in the tank. How does one summon the internal resources to come back and win gold? We're about to find out.
First of all, welcome. Congratulations.
Really nice intro, I have to say.
Yeah,
Okay.
well done.
Yeah, very good.
So
Yeah.
take us back to those final moments of the race when you're about to win the gold medal. Can you recall those feelings, the emotions, what was going on in your mind?
Yeah, I think the final moments are the easiest one. Last 300 meters, you can't feel anything anymore. You are that tired. So I can honestly say that is the easiest part of the race. But I think the hardest for us was on 1,000 meters. So in the middle of the race, we were already really tired, and we think we wouldn't even get the medal. We thought, okay, we will fight for the medal. We'll give our best. Hope we will get the bronze. But then, we start to push hard. We start to suppress the Swiss and the Romanian guys, and we see the Britons are really close to us, and then we start all in. And I looked the race today. I saw that like for the last 350 meters, we had like 44 strokes per minute, which is really, really high. And
What is the normal approximately?
38, 39.
Okay, wow.
So you were moving. So did both of you have that same feeling at about, let's say, 1,000 meters where it was like, oh no, it's slipping away?
Yeah.
Did both of you have the same type of experience?
Yeah, for sure. We talked about it after the race, because in the rowing race you can't talk to each other because it's too painful and you don't have a break. We just have some few commands when we are getting up with the stroke rate, and I'm on the stroke and brother follows me, and then I just say go a little bit higher. Not like that. We have just some one word. Yeah,
You grunt.
Yeah,
like go.
And then
And
then we go together. But like Martin said, on the middle of the race, when we pushed, I said him go, and we pushed for the next 200 meters, and nothing happened. And even Swiss crew were more in front of us than before.
Oh, that's interesting. So you realize you're behind. You said, "Uh-oh." In your mind, it's slipping
and
away.
It weren't the tactics.
It was, say it again?
It weren't the tactics. The tactics.
Tactics.
The tactics was different. But everything was outside of what we hoped to do.
And so you've got enough in you to say, let's push.
Yeah.
So you go. And then when you're still behind, what happened? What was the psychology at that point?
I think we're just trying to do our best in that point. And I think that is good because what Valent said, you can't talk to each other during the race. It's better because you are trying to do your best and you don't know what the other one thinks. You always hope he thinks it's good. He don't, but you always hope for that. So, it's just, in my mind was only, I want to do our best, my best. And I want to do what I can to be the best as I can, because when you do your best, if you are fourth, you don't have anything to regret because you did the best you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I felt when I said go in the middle of the race, I felt on Martin, his breathing and everything that he is dead. Like he is really tired.
Oh.
You can feel that. We are together for 15 years, and I felt it. And I said to myself, oh my God, we can't get medal, because we are
Because you could
fourth
tell
already.
that he was already not
And
fit.
I felt it for a few strokes. He didn't normally when I said go, he pushed me, and he didn't push me at that moment for a few strokes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just thinking with myself, oh my God, I'm tired. He is probably dead, and we are fourth.
So what was
do?
it in
And
that
then-
moment? How did you snap that and turn it around?
And
Was it you?
Then-
Was it you taking the lead a little bit and pushing?
Yeah, I
and-
take the lead, but he needs to
Help.
also
Yeah,
push me.
of course.
And
So-
then I felt he's trying to do it,
Okay.
And then,
So maybe the
I
question's
don't
for
know,
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
don't know
question's
what
for
he
you.
was thinking. Yeah.
What were you
On
thinking
that,
when
yeah.
you could feel you were so done, exhausted, just drained? How did you flip your mind to make yourself believe that your body actually
Yeah,
had a little
it's-
bit more?
I think that's maybe a question for you, but I never see
Yeah.
myself like really a psychology good person. Obviously we are. Obviously, because we won
Exactly.
3 golds.
Yeah.
But I never looked at myself like that.
Mhm.
I was just, like I said, I tried to do my best. I tried to do my best. I tried to push myself to the limit. I didn't want to get in the end of the race and to think I could do more.
Okay,
I would be angry on myself if I
Mhm.
did that.
You'll what?
Be
You-
angry.
Be angry at yourself.
Angry at
Yeah.
myself
Yeah.
because we had one race before in the last World Cup.
The race before Olympics.
Before
that
the
was
Olympics.
like,
So the Swiss guys beat us there for, I don't know, 1.5 seconds. And we were happy with that because before we were like 3-4 seconds behind them. But I felt we can do more that race,
There you
maybe even be better than them. But I think we have more in us. And I was really not happy with that
yourself.
race, not because we were second, but because we didn't do our best. So
So-
that's the maybe
Yeah.
thinking.
So there's a big difference between trying to be the best and your best. And you've said it 15 times that you fundamentally committing to being your best.
Yeah.
It isn't, I would just want to make sure I'm hearing it clearly that you're not trying to be the best.
Yeah, but
No, yeah. We try to be like the best of ourselves,
Mhm.
And that, I think that's the reason why we are in the like biggest rowing stage for 15 years.
Mhm.
From 2010 till now 2024, every major competition every year we just on one competition didn't get the medal. In
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
2022 on the world championship.
You remember exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It was the
And
one-
all
can't
the
remember.
other, mostly we get the gold, but we always came with the medal, And I think we are most proud of that. Not just one individual medal or one competition, but we can.
Longevity.
For last
Yeah.
15 years, we were on top,
On top.
of the on the top.
yeah, but what we are talking our best. So I think when you look at the athletes, somebody can be the second, but if he have the strength and everything, if he could be the first, I think it's not that good because you didn't be your best.
Yeah.
But somebody who's have a limit like to be sixth and came in the 5th place, I think it's
Personal best.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I think it's a bigger success than if you are second, but you could be first.
Yeah.
How
If
do
you understand what I'm
Yes,
trying to say,
100%.
I really appreciate guys
Yeah,
who
absolutely.
can.
100%. There's 2 parts in this. One is when you're right at your edge
Yeah,
and you're exhausted. I was speaking with a cyclist and he was talking about during his race, it feels like there's a toaster inside his chest, full heat at 10 out of 10 on heat for an hour.
Yeah.
And so that type of boiling feeling from the inside is so agitating, so difficult. Most people would never begin to understand what it feels like to be in your body and use your mind to stay in it. One more stroke, one more stroke. So how do you teach the person that struggles with fatigue, that struggles with discomfort, that
How to
struggles?
push.
Yeah. How do
Truly.
we take the next step to unlock the best version of ourselves?
I think you need to train that.
Hmm.
You need to train that, and it's easiest, not easiest mentally, but for me it's easier to do it on a big stage than to do it every day. But when you are alone, sometimes during the winter we train on rowing machine.
Inside.
And you are alone with rowing machine, and on rowing machine ergometer you can see every stroke
Yeah.
how you're pulling. You see the number.
Yeah.
You see the number.
Almost want to
You
hide
see-
it.
It's honest.
Yeah.
And it's really honest. And rowing machine is never tired. It's the same number. You are tired and you don't do that number.
Yeah.
And then it gets tough to suppress that pain.
So what is your purpose? Because there's an idea when the purpose is big, you can deal with just about any pain.
Yeah.
So what is your purpose? Do you agree with that statement?
Yeah, definitely. And one more statement, you hear it a lot, but I really like it. And that's the thing, what could help the people. When you say the pain is temporary, glory is forever. And that's true. I wouldn't be happy if I came second and I knew that I have a little bit more in my tank. I'll be disappointed, and I would think about that for years and years.
Yeah.
So it's better to feel uncomfortable for 3 or 4 minutes, more uncomfortable than before, than to be uncomfortable for years.
For whole life, yeah.
But even I can say, when you're feeling dead, you're going in some training, random training, and you don't feel it to do it. You don't feel to go out of the bed. And then,
literally the exact thing I was just saying. Yeah.
Right.
And then you do it, and you do your best, and then after that training, you feel much better.
Yeah.
Those are the days to do it.
Yeah,
That's when you get stronger.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Not the
yeah,
easy
for sure.
days, not the easy competitions, but the hard days.
And
where you
Easy
push
is
it.
when you're fresh, you're feeling popped, you go to training, do it. Yeah, sounds easy.
It sounds
It's
easy.
much easier.
Well, it's good
But
to
it's
have
not-
those days
yeah,
for
yeah.
consistency, but it's the hard days that you get stronger.
Yeah,
When you
yeah,
don't want to
yeah,
do it, when
yeah.
you don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to go to training, you don't want to do, but you show up for yourself and each other. For you,
Yeah.
you do it.
And then you
together.
are sure when the race comes and you pass that days.
Exactly.
And we had really ups and downs this season, especially in the beginning of the season. We didn't row really good. We were fourth at first World Cup, fourth in the Europeans, and we couldn't match each other. It was really painful, and we didn't go that well. But I remember first World Cup in the final. We managed to go in the final, but slowest. Slowest time. We knew we are not competitive to get a medal, and then I had some pain in my tooth, and it was like swelling up
in your
and stuff
tooth.
like that. Yeah.
Mm.
he was on the
On the medication for that, and that on the start of the final, I thought to myself, now if I give my best, and we came fourth at the best, then when I
When
go
I
to the
feel good,
Olympics, it will be easy, to give my
Yeah.
best.
I can honestly say I was more proud of myself that
Then.
time when we went fourth
That's
than the
cool.
other World Cup when we were second.
Yeah.
I was really more proud of us. And that's what you were talking about, what pushes us.
Yeah.
For me, that's I like to train. I like this lifestyle. I really enjoyed it. So the competition, if I do it good, I know I can continue this lifestyle. I know I'll be satisfied with myself next few years.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the reasons it pushes me every day. So I know if I do the good trainings, I will enjoy it. Can be good on the competitions, and then I will have a strength and I will have the ability to push on a few more years.
So I hear two things on motivation. I hear, I want the good life. I like my lifestyle. Okay, so there's an image of how you want to live your life.
Yeah.
The second I hear, and this, you might not like this.
Okay.
But the second thing I hear is you don't want to have regrets. And so there's a fear, you're operating from a fear that I don't want to blow it. I don't want to come up short. I don't want to feel the
Something more to give.
that I didn't give everything. So talk about the fear that helps you be great, helps you be your best. And, part 2, is that healthy?
I feel good, so
So yes,
I feel
so you
good,
feel
yeah,
good. You like
It
who
pushes
you are.
me.
You like who you are.
definitely. I'm happy with my life.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
happy
it.
with myself. I'm happy with my life. I think that's just the fear, because few race I didn't go do my best, and I couldn't wait the next race to show that I can do it. Not to somebody else, to myself.
Yeah,
I wasn't
so
satisfied
rad.
with myself. That's the problem.
It's really honest.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very
Yeah.
honest way that you're going through life.
And-
And I really like how you answered, like, I like myself.
Yeah, I'm happy with my life.
Same?
But
Yeah, it's the same, and especially, like I said, for the last 15 years, on 90% of the competition, we were coming at the hot favorites. And as someone, if we don't win gold medal, it will be like disaster from others, you know.
The
And
noise.
people also,
Nastia had that same pressure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
high
It's awful.
expectations coming
Yeah.
in
It's
first
Awful,
place.
yeah.
Was it awful for you too?
Yeah. I mean, it's not something like you have enough from yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and so then when it becomes somebody else, then it becomes a little awful, I guess you could say.
I
Yeah.
can understand you exactly.
Yeah.
When everybody expect from you, and
yeah, but
And
we
especially
learn
when
to
you win
manage
once,
it, you know.
then the next time, it's
Yeah.
more like the next time. So coming in as already an Olympic gold medalist, now even more pressure, more expectation on you
Yeah.
because you were already the best. You have to be the best again,
yeah,
you know? But it's like you feel that already yourself.
Yeah.
You don't need everybody else to tell
To
you
tell
that.
you
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that we like it, you know.
Right.
This is the first Olympics. These are fourth Olympics. The first one that we weren't the favorites coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And people ask us, oh, is it now easier?
Mm-hmm.
And I was honestly thinking, no, it's easier to be favorites because if you're favorites and you do your best, you know we will win it. You know, if you know your best.
So,
But
so that's
coming in
yeah.
to this competition, we didn't know. We were feeling good, you know, positive. We felt if we do everything best, we can fight for the gold medal. But we weren't sure. Maybe we thought maybe if we do our best, maybe this competition,
better.
somebody will be better, you know.
Yeah.
Was
So-
that the
so-
first time you felt this way? Like at an Olympics out of the
Yeah,
floor? That was
yeah,
the first
definitely,
time.
for sure.
Definitely.
Every other time was.
Yeah.
But
Different.
also what we were talking about the life, how we are satisfied with ourselves. That's maybe the thing that can help people. We are not. We don't like pain. It's just you're managing it. But it's not that we like to give
Right.
ourselves the pain. Only you need to suffer the pain sometimes in your life to have a better life. And that's the really reality of the life. People don't want to accept that. But sometimes you need to be in the pain for your other part of the life. Let's say you have to feel the pain for 2 hours to have better 22 hours.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, how much, 4 hours, 6 hours.
Or days,
So you
one
need to-
day of
Yeah.
pain and then more
or 3
days.
days.
Yeah.
So that's the reality of life. If you're doing the easy way, you won't be the happy.
this is the same emotionally. If you are holding back from being vulnerable or being honest in a loving relationship, and you don't give yourself to the other person because it's uncomfortable and you're talking about difficult things, the relationship suffers. So it happens in relationships. It happens in physical excellence.
Yeah.
It also happens in parenting and business. The same thing. It's like you're saying, deal with the difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
need
then
to
when you
accept
do
it.
Push
that,
through
you
the
can
difficult.
have a great life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I always
beautiful.
we talk about that a lot when we are doing some motivational speeches, especially to some big company. We are saying to the people, look, it's a lot of people hate their work, but you have to accept that 99.8% of the people in the world have to work. So if if you try to find something good in it, you'll enjoy it more and you'll have easier life.
Oh, absolutely.
But you need to accept it. Every person dreams about, I wouldn't have to go to work if I win the lottery, but that's like
Yeah.
100
but-
people in the world.
Yeah, right.
You need to accept it.
It isn't good like when somebody works and thinks about retirement for 10,
Yeah.
12 years or 20 years.
That's all
or
they can
somewhere,
think
thinking
about.
Yeah,
it,
but you're not
and then
living the life.
come
Right,
to
right.
the retirement, don't work anymore and don't know what
And
to
then
do,
they're
you know.
bored.
And
Yeah.
Because they've always been thinking
it's-
about
Yeah.
later,
Yeah.
later, and not
You are
loving the
just-
now.
yeah.
Right.
Find something that
And
you
I
love.
think-
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's why we are that amount of time, you know, because we really love what we do,
And
what we're doing. you
I
know.
always say that, like you have to be passionate,
Yeah,
whether it's
yeah,
a
for
sport,
sure.
a job, anything, it has to come from within, because
Of course.
how do you push through those hard times with the passion for, the end goal or whatever it is that your goal is. I have a question about your relationship and being family. My dad was my coach, so I kind of understand, the dynamic a little bit.
And he was an Olympic medalist as
Yeah,
well.
yes,
Oh, really?
also,
Yeah.
yes. So,
Something in the family.
Yeah.
like,
Sounds-
so I
Sounds
understand.
nice.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you, first of all, how much time do you spend together outside of training? All the time?
No.
No, okay.
Not that much.
No.
So you need you're separate. Yeah.
we are enough time. We are on the training together, like 4 or 5 hours a day. So that's the funny thing. I think first of all, I think it's really goes in our favor because we are brothers.
Yeah.
It's easier with your brother to be that much of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing is that when somebody tells me something, he thinks automatically I will say to the Valent and he will know, but it's not the case because we see each other every day and you don't talk that much because you know everything what is happening in
So
their life.
outside of when you're training, you don't really talk too much about training, right? So you kind of keep the training to training, and then
Sure. I mean, after the training, we talk
Oh, right,
about
like
the
in the
training with coach, and
yeah,
then
and then
after,
that's it.
no,
So like not
it's
at the
okay,
dinner table ever.
No,
if you're
no,
having...
you need to get your mind over there.
yeah, exactly.
What did your parents do to support both of you to fundamentally commit to being your very best, to creating a life that feels like a great life? And this has nothing to do with medals.
Yeah,
this is like
question.
Yeah. What did your parents do to help you live the good life?
Yeah, funny thing is that our parents never do sports. Both of the parents never, but they saw like some good things in sport that we can learn, and then they pushed us to the sport.
Okay.
And then we fell in love with the sport.
Did they see your forearms? Is that what this? Look at it. Did you see his forearms?
No, it's
I mean,
it's nothing.
They saw your forearms and they said, "We have a
Okay,
Popeye
he'll be a
in the
rower."
house. He'll be a rower."
No, I had a really big legs. You
Did
know?
you?
And always my father, he will be a football player.
Like football or soccer?
American.
Soccer,
that's
soccer.
good.
That's
Oh, that
funny.
is so good. Yeah. So there's not one or two things that that they said at the breakfast table or the dinner table.
I think it's the lot of little things.
Or was it
but they pushed
the
us in the
passion
sport,
to find
but they
something you love?
never thought we will be, professionals.
Yeah, I think that's the maybe the key. Maybe when you were saying that now, that's the key. They didn't push us to be the top level athletes.
So
They
how
were
did
pushing us in the sport because they thought that it's a healthier lifestyle. That's it.
But how
For
did
health.
they push you? Like what? There's lots of ways to challenge people.
They were just be our support and trying to
Encourage
convince
you to
us
go.
go to some sport. So
Convince
one
you.
trained soccer before. We trained gymnastic when I was 3 years or 4 years old.
Maybe
just
a little
a
too
little bit
tall.
from the
Yeah, I was
beginning.
going to say a
We
little,
weren't good, but
little
we
too
started.
tall. No, but it's a good foundation, for a lot
then
of things.
I started to do water polo. You start to do soccer, and they were always trying to push us into some sport because they thought it would be a
Just
better
for good
life.
health,
but
almost, a
our
better life.
father was always driving us to the sport, coming to
So
the
supportive,
competition,
very
support us.
What would your father on the ride home? What would that conversation be like? Was it more supportive, or was it more about the sport, or something completely different?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Yeah, and the reason
I think it was about sport.
the reason
it was
I
about
asked
sport because he likes sport. He watches sport on television. He really likes it.
was it about your sport or just sport in general?
I mean, when we were younger, about our sport.
Yeah. The reason I
About
asked,
trainings, how was it, like that, things like that. Yeah.
most kids leave sport because of the car ride home.
Mhm.
It's too
Really?
intense. It's too overwhelming. The parents are overbearing. They're too hard on the kids. And that's why. So your parents obviously found the right balance
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Definitely, they find the right balance. I think I saw in the sport a lot of stories, like you said,
Yeah.
when the parents push the kids.
And they want it more
Yeah,
than the kids.
but
want.
I think that's the parents didn't achieve something
Yes.
what they want, and they're pushing the kid. And even I don't say that kid can be good in the sport, but I think kid like that won't be happy. That's the main reason. It can be good.
Yeah.
You can succeed,
But not the
it
good
won't
life.
be happy.
Not,
Yeah, that's
That's
exactly
the
it.
problem,
Yeah.
And
But they will maybe do it because of their
parents,
parents,
right, and it's like, who
not
wants
because
it
of them,
more?
Yeah.
They maybe don't like it, but
that
Yeah.
exactly.
But
But
I
that
think-
that can only go so far, like then you
Yeah.
become miserable.
yeah,
And-
you're not happy.
Yeah, because your parent wants it more than you.
yeah, it couldn't last for long.
Yeah,
for long,
exactly.
I think all we are doing in life, we are trying to have a good life and to be happy.
I like
In
that.
the end, we are going to work to have more money and to be happy. So you need to have a good goal. Why are you trying to be the best? To be happy. And if you are trying to be the best, just to be the best, it's not for me, it's not a good reason.
I like that. Trying to be the best to be happy.
To be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
For
like
me,
that.
that's my life philosophy.
I like
Everything I do in life, I'm doing it to have a good life and to be happy in the end.
What goes into being a great teammate? You guys are really syncopated. You're very together. You guys are great teammates to each other.
Yeah.
If you could teach people what you know about being a great teammate, what would you say are the essence of being a great teammate?
I think the most important thing is to trust your teammate, you know. That's the ultimate goal. Because I know I can trust him when things are going bad, like on this race. I know he will do it. He will do a little bit more than he can, you know. And I think that's the most important. And you see that on trainings, you know. Trainings, and then you feel it, and you can trust your teammate, you know. But
Same.
Yeah.
to support
Totally
each
agree.
other no matter.
So when he's off his game, he's maybe showing up late to practice, he's out late. I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but he's not.
Yeah, it is.
Right. And you're really on it. How do you support and challenge him? Like, what do you say to him to bring him up to the required standard?
But I think in our case, we are really similar how we approach sport. Outside of the sport, we are completely different persons. But how we practice and how we love sport and everything, we are completely the same. We love to train. We love rowing. You know, we love
Same
to do
goals.
more. We like to do more. You know. And stuff like that, and we don't need to support each other in that way because
So you show up for each other.
The same.
Always.
I think when we have a bad day, you know, and I
They
know for my brother it's just one day. It will be better, you know. I just say to him, it will be better. Don't worry.
That's great.
It's not
In
that
that
you need
sense, we don't need to
we don't
support
need to
each
push
other because
each other.
You're both internally driven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
definitely.
really need the other person to help.
Yeah, I
you get
know. I know
motivated.
it's just one day, and that he will do his best next day.
I got it.
You know,
Right.
So that goes back to the trust, right? You
Yeah,
trust
trust,
that
yeah.
at
You
the end
trust
of the
the
day.
person.
At the end of the
That's the
day,
most
it's just
important.
one bad day, not just
It will be hard enough if you are going on the start of the competition and that you are thinking, will he give his best or not?
right.
Yeah.
Right.
That
You
would
trust
be
that
awful.
he's
We started when we come to the top of the rowing. We were in quad, you know, with two other persons. And when we were in quad, we weren't sure when we were on a start. We weren't sure if we will do good race or not good race because
there's other people.
we didn't have that trust
Oh.
or full of us, you know.
Yeah.
So what would you say in that situation if you don't trust the other people, right? You're not sure how it's gonna go.
Oh, it was much more stressful.
More
I
stressful?
remember much more
Yeah.
stressful.
So
Much
Yeah,
more stressful.
Okay.
But I don't know what would I say? Nothing. Just hoping it will be better.
So you just hope for the best.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, we were young.
Yeah.
Were young, and for the first 2 or 3 years, we didn't spoke about it. You know how we didn't have that person who will spoke about it. Okay, we need to
A
figure
leader.
out how
A
we'll
leader.
race because one guy liked to race a little bit slower start and then push to the finish. Martin and I like to start really quick, and then and after a few years.
So that's hard.
We realized
Teammates that just don't
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yeah.
We start more. He started lower, so.
But we
it's-
realized that just after 2 or 3 years
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
okay, something is not good.
I'm
Because
going back to
Took
my
some
brother.
time, yeah.
Forget these guys.
Yeah.
Okay, last questions here is I would love to hear your thoughts right before the event started, so on the starting line, your thoughts when you're behind, the actual thoughts, okay? Like, I'm going to go get this thing, or and then the thoughts right when you're at the last 500, you know?
I'll be brutally honest with you.
That's what we
on the
want.
start, I will say it on the start. My biggest thought is I can't wait for this to end.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
to
I don't
end.
concentrate on something. I just thinking, okay, in 6.5 minutes,
I'm done.
this is end. So that's my biggest thought on the starting line.
Did you think that every single Olympics or only this time?
Mostly.
Mostly.
Yeah.
that's
So as much
that
as
does
you,
not sound optimal.
I know.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
right.
but it's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
such a-
think
no,
I
we
think
appreciate-
most of the athletes feel it, but don't
I
they think
would
it's
have to agree. Like
Yeah, I
as much
think-
as you like, I like to train, I like to compete,
yeah.
but you walk in and like I would get
It's
almost
not a
sick.
nice
like
feeling.
No, it's not a nice feeling to
No.
be so nervous. You just want it to be done.
Yeah, I
It's
think
every-
And at the end, you're
race
like,
is
oh,
like
that was
that.
Yeah.
great. That was great. I
Yeah.
can do it again.
But,
yeah, in the
before the
moment.
race, I can honestly say like
Mm.
1.5 hour, 2 hours before the race, you're going through a lot of emotions, but not one of that emotions is good. Not one
They're
is happy.
They're hard. They're
They're
difficult
hard,
yeah,
but you
yeah.
need to,
Which
like
is
I said, you
mostly
need to go through
anxiousness,
that.
You have-
worry,
It's 2 hours of
tension.
pain and
pain.
misery.
Yeah, like I said,
Okay.
you want
Yeah.
to throw up. It's I don't know.
But this is
But
the
that-
mark of a champion that can deal with
Yeah,
difficult
you
emotions.
accept it.
You-
You
yeah.
know you need to go through
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but,
you go through it, not around
Good
it.
thing is that, I also feel like that. That 1 hour before race, it's you feel in the stomach, you want to throw up. It's big race,
Yeah.
But every time I'm, going to some competition, I'm excited. I like
Mhm.
competitions, but that part,
That moment.
that moment I don't like. And
happy
what
before.
you asked about the race, when the race started and nothing goes our way, we were fifth, I think. We were
Fifth.
fifth
In the
at
middle,
first
in
500.
the middle of the
First
race.
500, we
Yeah.
were fifth. And normally we started much quicker, and I honestly thought we can't get medal from that,
So
I-
that
I
was the thought. We're out of the medal.
Yeah, I was negative at that point,
Mm.
but for a few seconds,
And then what did you do with it?
and then it's hard to explain during the race. It's you are not in the reality,
Mhm.
You can't think like we're
Straight.
thinking
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
and I'm talking. You are not straight.
Yeah.
You are like in
Like
In
fear,
some-
like
how do
flight
you-
or flight, or whatever
Yeah,
it's called.
you are
but, like,
doing
you just-
on autopilot.
some you
Yeah.
are
Just-
like in some film, and it's
Different.
going
Mhm.
slowly, and you can't
Mhm.
see anything. You are in some
Alternate
other
reality.
state.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you're thinking that negative feelings, and then I will do my best.
Push 'em
Ju-
out.
just something like that.
Yeah.
I will
Just
do
try-
my best. It
Yeah,
just
yeah.
comes back to the core
Yeah,
philosophy.
it's the same thing. I think
Yeah.
the thing what pushed us here, because we stick to our game plan. We stick to our part when it didn't go our way. But I was thinking also, let's do my best no matter which place we are. Stick to the plan. And I think that's pushed us, because if we're trying to do the bridge game and trying to push hard on the middle too much, it won't be that good.
So once again, it comes to your best. You're,
Yeah,
together,
definitely.
your best versus the best.
I would say that.
You
Yeah.
guys are awesome.
I know.
Thank you.
This was
This
really great.
this is really like a treat. 3 champions, 3 gold medals at the Olympics, multiple times, and you're giving a masterclass on how it is to work from the inside out, to be your very best, stay positive when it is negative, flip it around, get back to the core philosophy, do my best.
And be happy.
Well done, and live.
Thank you for
Yeah.
nice words.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's
Yeah.
very nice to
Sometimes
hear that.
it's hard for us to explain something on English,
No, you did
Yeah,
a great.
that's
You
pretty
did a
good.
great job.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I think
pretty
that's
darn
the good thing for us, because all year didn't go our way. But Valent and me talked whole year. We believe that we can do it.
Yeah.
And we always, with all the bad things, we always stay positive. Okay, we can do it.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Great
Congratulations.
Thank
Thank you
you
very
also.
much.
Yeah, I
Congratulations.
appreciate you guys.
I really enjoyed that conversation.
It was so good.
It was. Today's AI Insights are brought to you by NTT Data and Microsoft. NTT Data is transforming the workplace with Copilot for Microsoft 365.
The games are flying by, and so is this series. We've had so many incredible conversations with so many gems, so many insights, good old wisdom right at the core of the whole thing. And so at the end of this series, we're going to have Copilot summarize the top highlights, the key takeaways and actionable insights from the game inside the games that you can apply to your own life. If you want to check that out, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter at findingmastery.com/newsletter.
We've covered so much, and it's going to be awesome to have all of our highlights from the series in one place. As always, it's great to be here in Paris, and we will see you all tomorrow on the game inside the games.